Hi, this is Renata. This video is for the lady who is trying to determine if her mother and grandmother are in on her targeting. She's trying to sort this whole thing out. She's not positive if they're involved, particularly her mother. Okay, so here is what she wrote to me. She says, wow, your video hit the nail on the head, and she's referring to the Betrayed by Family video. She said, I have been trying to understand why my mother and grandmother do not want me to succeed in life. Both my mother and grandmother have controlled me with money and a place to live for years. She says, honestly, part of the situation is my own fault. I was an opioid, sorry, I don't know how to say that word. I was an opioid addict for many years. I had lost my driver's license. I quit my job to be a caretaker to my grandmother. Then I became pregnant with my daughter in 2014. After my daughter was born, I began my quest of finding sobriety. Good for you. For my first year or so of sobriety, neither my mother or grandmother seemed to be affected. I suppose that they figured that I would never succeed in sobriety or overcoming anxiety and depression. So let's fast forward to now, October of 2017. I have been clean for 2 years. I got my license back. 2 years, wow, good for you. Congratulations. I got my license back. I reconnected with a wonderful guy that I dated in high school, and I almost finished with my first year of college at a reputable school in Atlanta. I am currently maintaining a 3.75 GPA. My mother constantly puts me down. She continues to call me mentally ill and a junkie, etc. She states that my boyfriend will leave me because I need psychological help. The thing is, over a 10-year period, I have been to therapy, rehabs, counseling, etc. My mother is the most negative, toxic person that I have ever been around. She was not always this way. It happened after her divorce in 2013 and really got worse after the birth of my daughter. My mother now attempts to sabotage my schoolwork, my mothering skills, and my relationship on a daily basis. Do you have any advice or answers about my current situation? Is my mother targeting me? Why would she? Is it jealousy? Resentment? I am at a loss. It's all of the above. She says, I stumbled upon your video and it resonated with me on many levels. I like your advice. I cannot leave my mother's house for at least a few more months. I will try to ignore her instigations, as you said, but why exactly is this happening to me? Please help. Okay. I hope that I can say something to encourage you and to help you, okay? So, first of all, let me just congratulate you on all of your accomplishments. You have made strides and accomplishments in your life, like major. So I want to congratulate you on that, on your sobriety, on getting your driver's license, on making the decision to get off drugs. That's major right there. You're taking care of your child. You're going to school. You're getting an excellent GPA. You're doing it. You're really doing good. And these are very major accomplishments that should be celebrated. So that hand clap and that smile on my face, that's for you, because it takes great strength, great courage to, number one, get off of drugs, okay? Take care of your child the way you're doing. Go to school, do all these things, and then deal with this stress of living with your mom and your grandma and being put down the way you're being put down. So you're overcoming some major hurdles. So be proud of yourself for that, okay? Now, I want to say this about mom, okay, and grandma. This might surprise you a little bit, but we have to thank them, okay? We have to thank them for helping you out in your time of need while you were trying to get on your feet, trying to put your life back in order. They were there. Even with all their toxicity and all of their negative comments and all of that, they were there. They were there to help you. They gave you financial support, according to you. They have given you a place to live, you and your man and your child. I'm sure they help you out with your child and things of that nature. So we have to thank them for that, okay? That support is invaluable, especially if you're targeted, which you're not sure if you are. But if you're targeted, we don't get that kind of help, okay? Most targets do not get that financial support and that helping hand when we need it, okay? So we thank Mom and we thank Grandma for that, okay? But with that being said, you do not deserve to be at the brunt of their abuse and at the brunt of their verbal attacks. You will not allow yourself to be manipulated by their money, by their place to stay, okay? That is about control and manipulation, okay? I forgot to mention your nice man. That's great that you rekindled your relationship with your high school sweetheart and that you guys are doing well. You're saving your money. You're trying to get on your feet. Okay, Mom is jealous. Mom is jealous, number one, because Mom's man left or whatever happened with that. I don't know if he left or she put him out. Mom is not married anymore, okay? So she is jealous, telling you that your man is going to leave you. Don't buy into that, okay? Just feel sorry for her because she sounds like she's not a very happy person. Now, here's the thing about living with somebody. When you live with somebody, they get to call the shots, okay? Because it's their house. It belongs to them. You're a guest. I don't care if you are related. I don't care if you're the daughter, the son, the whoever. You're a guest in their house, okay? So they can walk around their house saying whatever they want to say, being in whatever kind of mood they want to be in, telling you when you can come and go, giving you all the rules, telling you to get out when they want you to get out, telling you can't eat this, you can't sit there, you have to clean up when I tell you to clean up. They call the shots because you're a guest. You're living with them, okay? So it's their rules. You are sort of at your mom's mercy as long as you are staying there. Okay. So unfortunately, while you're in her house, you will have to deal with her verbal abuse. You'll have to deal with all this manipulation that she and Grandma are trying to do. I would strongly suggest that you and your boyfriend get on your feet as soon as possible. I know that you said it's going to be a few more months and that you guys are saving, so that's excellent. But you said it's going to be a few more months before you can get on your feet. Now, you're a student. We're coming up on the holidays, so I believe you're going to have some time off of school. Maybe you can find a quick little job somewhere to try to save a little bit faster. You know, maybe you can find, I don't know what kind of work you do, but I know a lot of places are hiring for Christmas. So maybe you and your boyfriend can both take on extra work if you can during your school break. So you can get out even sooner. Okay. Hopefully you can get out of there next month or by Christmas or something, because you have to get out of there. It's not a healthy environment. It's not good for your daughter. I think you said you have a daughter. I know you have a child. It's not good for your child to see you getting undermined and put down the way your mom is doing. Okay? Now, you asked the question if I thought that you were being targeted by your mom. Now, at first, I thought, no, this lady's just unhappy and, you know, she's just not a nice lady. Okay? Just not a nice lady. But then when I read your comment again, I realized that, yeah, your mom probably is involved in your targeting. Now, of course, I'm not positive. You have to determine that for yourself. But when I read over and over that she calls you mentally ill, she calls you junkie, she constantly puts you down, tell you your boyfriend's going to leave you, tell you need psychological help and all those kind of things. That's one of the main things that perpetrators do to the target, is call them mentally ill, call them crazy, tell them they need psychological help, exactly what your mom is doing. So that leads me to believe that she probably is involved, especially because she took this turn all of a sudden. You said your mom wasn't like this. Now, if your mom was going to be verbally abusive like this, I would have thought that she would do that during your time of addiction. She clearly knows that you have beat this drug addiction that you say you have. She clearly knows that you're not on drugs anymore, yet she continues to call you a junkie. She clearly knows that you have gone to therapy, you've done everything that you could do to get yourself back where you need to be, but yet she's still calling you these names as if you're still in that same position that you once were. Something's not right with that. This is a time where your mom should be lifting you up, building you up, telling you you're doing great. I love to see these accomplishments you're making. You're showing responsibility. You're getting your driver's license back. You're saving to move. You're taking care of your child. You're going to school. You're doing wonderful. But instead, she wants to keep you in that place where you were. She's very toxic for you. She's very toxic. She is jealous. She should be celebrating your progress instead of trying to pull you down. So I'm leaning towards your mom. Your mom, more than likely, I hate to say it, but she probably is involved in your targeting. Okay? She's bitter. I mean, I don't know what she's bitter about. Maybe she's bitter about her own marriage falling apart. I'm not sure. But you know what? Some people will just never be happy for you. They just can't be happy for you. They can't be happy. She can't be happy that you have a good man. You guys are progressing. Life is going pretty well for you. Why can't she be happy for you? That's because she don't feel good about herself. But you know what? That's not your problem. That's hers to figure out. So you need to get out of there. Okay? You need to get out of there fast, quick, and in a hurry, and like yesterday. Because I'm telling you, this lady is very toxic. And you said that you've dealt with depression. You've dealt with a great amount of stress. So she's countering everything positive that you're trying to do in your life. And let me tell you something. Because you are overcoming your addiction, you don't need that stress. Stress like this can make a person relapse. And I pray that never happens. But I'm telling you, you have to be in tune to your sobriety. You have to put your sobriety first. And your mom, and I'm not sure about grandma. You didn't say too much about grandma. But it sounds like, especially mom, is very toxic for you. And you don't need it. You don't need it. You're trying to make some accomplishments in your life. Okay, you are trying to refocus from the negative to the positive, but she's still a very present negative presence in your life, and you don't need it. Okay, you don't need that. Let's see, what else did I want to say about this? There was something else I wanted to tell you. Okay, so anyway, my advice is going to be keep saving your money. Get out of your mom's house as fast as you can. Okay? When you move far away from her. Move at least far enough where she has to call before she comes over. Okay? You don't want her dropping by because she's going to come over there with that drama and you don't need that. So far enough. I'm not saying stop speaking to your mom or anything like that. Actually, you may develop a better relationship with her when you move. Maybe you guys are just too close in the same house. So move far enough to where she can't just drop by, okay? Call her once a week. Some people you have to love from a distance. Call her once a week. Check on her and grandma. Make sure they're okay. As soon as they start that toxic perp stuff on the phone, tell them you love them. You think you hear your daughter calling you, and you gotta go. Okay, get off the phone. You don't have to put up with that anymore. You're an adult, okay? So stand on your own 2 feet. Continue going to school. You're doing excellent in school. 3.75 GPA is outstanding. That's outstanding. You're at the top of your class. Dean's list. You're doing good. You are doing excellent. Keep that going. Focus on your new life with your family. Prayerfully, one day you guys will decide you want to get married or whatever. Stay down that path, okay? Don't get distracted for anything. And as far as you mentioned that when you try to do your homework, your mom tries to sabotage that, stay focused, okay? We cannot get anything accomplished unless we focus. And it sounds like you're doing pretty good with the focus, okay? You're doing your school, you're getting your license, your driver's license back, you're doing all of that, okay? All of that took focus. Use that same energy to focus on your schoolwork because you are doing excellent. You will graduate, and you're going to be so proud when you walk across that stage. So stay focused. When mom gets started with all of that, calling you a junkie and all of that, tune that out. Don't engage in it. Okay, don't keep it going. The fire will die if you don't give it fuel. Don't keep it going. When she says that, smile. Go in there, do your homework, play with your child. Don't even entertain it. You cannot even engage in the back and forth because you know why? You know who you are. And that's why when she calls you a junkie, you're going to smile because that's the old you. That's not the new you. You have been delivered. The Lord has delivered you from that. So don't let her put that label on you. Don't even entertain it. Let her talk to herself. Okay? Get in the zone. When you're trying to do your homework, get in the zone. You know how athletes do. They will tell you, when they need to practice or they're trying to win a race or make a shot, a basketball, a football, whatever sport it is, they'll tell you they get in the zone. That means they have tunnel vision. They can't see nothing but that goal that they're trying to reach. That's how you have to be with your mom. She's toxic. She's toxic. So, yeah, I believe that she's a perpetrator. It sounds like she is. It sounds like you're targeted. I'm not positive. You also, because, again, she could just be a very unhappy lady. I don't know. So, to determine whether you are fully targeted, then you have to see if things are happening outside of home as well, because you would have all these strange occurrences, all this weird stuff happening, people turning, and everything you hear on these videos, you would be able to identify. But I always have to say, for people who are not sure if they're targeted or not, something is drawing you to the targeted community. Something is drawing you to listen to these videos. Something is resonating. So if that's happening, then yeah, you probably are targeted. But with that being said, you don't want to go looking for stuff. It will become very evident if it's not evident now, because targeting progresses. It may start off real subtle and then they'll go live on you and you'll know. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Focus on your sobriety. Focus on your family. Focus on school. Ignore your mom as much as you possibly can when you're doing your homework, because you're very smart. You're very smart. 3.75. You are smart. Okay, you're smart. So what I see for you is you're going to move out. You and your little family. You're going to move out hopefully in a month or so or sooner. You're going to graduate with honors, because you're already at the top of your class. You're a very smart lady, okay? You're very, very smart. You're going to marry the man of your dreams. Your daughter or your child, I can't remember if it's a girl or boy, your child is going to thrive. They're going to be happy in a positive environment, a positive home. You're going to keep God at the head of your life. He's going to direct your path. And you're going to live happily ever after. That's what's going to happen. So claim it, okay? Claim it. Stay focused. Forget all these distractions that's trying to come your way. And also, Give back. Because what you've done is major. You've overcome some really hard obstacles that a lot of people are not strong enough to overcome. So give back. Give back to that community. Give back to someone who's struggling with drug addiction. Give back to someone who is struggling with depression, like you said you have, or stress. Find a way to give back. That'll make you feel real, real good about yourself. Don't worry about grandma. Don't worry about mom. Like I said, do thank them, because reality, they helped you. The accomplishments that you have made in part is because they helped you the way they did. Now, you still could have accomplished these things because you sound very determined, but it would have been that much harder. Just ask anyone in the targeted community. We don't get this kind of help, this kind of financial help, or someone letting us stay with them. So we're grateful for that. Okay, we always have to find our gratitude moment in everything. We thank God for that. But again, you do not have to put up with that abuse. You really don't. You don't deserve it. You're doing good. Your mom is a hater. Okay, she's a hater. We all have them. Sometimes they come in the form of family. But you know what? As they say, let your haters be your motivators. So let her motivate you to continue down this path of success. Because if you can overcome opioid addiction, like that's a serious, serious drug, then nothing can stop you. And nothing will stop you, not even your mom. So make sure you put a lot of distance between where she lives and where you live. Like I said, call her once a week, put the baby on the phone, tell the baby to say hi, grandma, love you, and let that do it. Okay? All right. I hope I said something to encourage you. I'm very proud of you. I read your posts over and over because I'm just so proud of you for being able to overcome that addiction, and you did a lot in a short period of time, because it sounds like your child is, let me see, 2014, what, 2 or 3? Because you said you were pregnant in 2014, so you might have had your child, and oh yeah, and you said it's a daughter. I'm looking at your post right now. So you might have had her in 2015. So she's somewhere about 2.5 or so. Okay. So you've done all of this with a small child. You've made all these accomplishments. Some people wouldn't even worry about getting their driver's license back. But you are beginning to take responsibility for your life. You are regaining control over your life. And let me tell you, unfortunately, some people are not happy about things like that. You would think that they would be. The treatment that your mom is giving you now, that's the treatment you would think she would have given you when you were on drugs. But now that you're doing better, she should be the opposite. She should be encouraging you. So whether she's in on your targeting or not, she's toxic. She's toxic. And you don't need that. You don't need anybody jeopardizing your sobriety, okay? So now I know I'm saying the same things over and over, so I'm going to leave it at that. But I do want you to know that you are doing great. Continue down that path. Continue to stay focused. Be determined to graduate. Be determined to give back to someone who could use some encouragement from you, because you definitely have something to give back. You are a living example of what God can do, of how he can deliver us from anything. Okay? Stay focused. That's my advice for you. Tune mom out. Go and put on some praise songs. When she gets started about that junkie stuff, smile. Go do your homework. Put some music in your ears. Pray for her, because she's not a happy person. Okay? God bless. Stay strong.